Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Aries. I'm the Can Astrologer. My name is Abby, and this is another reading for April 2025. This is your cosmic forecast for April 2025. And for my returning subscribers, welcome back. You guys know that I do the monthly moon messages based off of the predictions. Well, not based off of, we also do the predictions that I did way back in December. And then we recorded those, and then we go through them as each month comes along, right? So I've started doing that at the end instead of the beginning. That way, we see how it resonates with the readings. Underneath the deck, this is interesting, I think. Scorpio got this. We have thrivebriety, tolerance. Somebody is tolerating the other person. Or vice versa, right? But it's like, or doing something so much that you build up a tolerance to something or someone. Okay. In this case, you know, it can be building up a tolerance to cannabis smoke, right? Or smoke to cannabis. But this card stands for anything. It could be building up a tolerance for anything. Now, this also can mean, you know, somebody being tolerant of another person. And briety is like being brief. I don't know. It's like being just tolerant with a person by being very brief with them, by only dealing with them when they need to be dealt with, if at all, right? So, top of the deck, we've got Lantarki, Mace, Peace. What's interesting is just until the other day, this was the first time that I had ever seen this card in this deck, and I've had this deck for like 2, maybe 3 years, maybe longer, and it was the first time that this has really ever come out. And it stands for peace, but it's like peace with oneself, with one's body image, with the way one feels about oneself. Somebody could have a cat, maybe. But the song that I had on pre-shuffle when I was getting the cards together, it's called West Coast. So this could be like somebody that like, so I'll read some of the lyrics, but also when I listen to this song, I think of, you know, I was from the Midwest, and I moved to the West Coast, not to the coast per se, but like to the West. And first it was to Phoenix, Arizona, then it was down south, and then it was out to Las Vegas, Nevada, which is the West, right? And, you know, by making that move, it's funny, I found my own peace, you know, my own peace with oneself and my own body image and the way I feel about, you know, things like my autism and ADHD and, you know, different things. But regardless, some of the lyrics from the song, the actual lyrics, I ain't no Superman, I ain't no Holy Ghost, I'm just the one that keeps you up and that you love the most. I'll be your strong man, I'll be your West Coast, I'll be the sun, I'll be the waves, I'll be the one you love the most. And then it goes on to say, like, I'd change my ways if you would stay, and all your tears that you have cried will go away. First of all, that's a very toxic statement. It's not saying, you know, when anybody's saying I'd change my ways if you would stay. No, you need to change your ways first so someone will stay. That part. Okay? And all the tears that you have cried will go away. Well, they've already gone away. It's like, now you have to prove otherwise. So, my love, please don't give up. Okay, well, whether this is a friendship or a true love, it's like, you got to look at the level of toxicity here, Aries. And somebody needs to be at peace with their self first before they can ever expect anybody else to love them the way that they need to be loved. Otherwise, they're simply only going to be tolerated. Okay? That's the Cannabis Metaphysical Oracle, or the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle. Now we're going to get into astrology with celestial bodies. What's the message that Aries needs to know for the month of April 2025? Happy birthday, by the way, to any Aries, any April Aries. Take all of this as it resonates, Aries. And, oh, you know what? I said, not all my other readings, several of my other readings, I said that I was going to lay out the cards. Before we discuss them. So I just got done discussing that. I'm going to just shuffle out these cards. That is so funny. I think you guys just caught me on camera. I just hit myself trying to pull up my sleeves. It hurt. So, what do we have for Aries? Higher peace, fire, protection, prosperity for the greater good. So mote it be. I like it. Happiness underneath the deck. That's the energy going into it. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for peace, happiness. You know, this is really good energy. It's your birthday month. This is what you guys deserve, you know. What do we have for Aries, please? I just heard Frosty the Snowman. Happy birthday. But it's Frosty the Snowman from like December. As I said that, the Temperance card comes out, which is the Angel, which is Sagittarius, which is also the month of December. I think it's Capricorn, though, it's Christmas. But regardless, it's that time of year, and I was thinking of Frosty the Snowman. Ooh, something came in there. We're going to clarify. Somebody's stressed out. We already see that. Yeah, because there is, I see it. We'll talk about it in a second, because now we're going to clarify. I'm going to leave you guys hanging so we can talk about it in just a second. What do we have for Aries, please? What's up with Aries? April 2025. Underneath the deck, energy going into it is the Hermit. Somebody's gone within, doing some shadow work, which is good. It's a good thing, okay? It's a good thing. It's always a good thing. Shadow work is always a good thing, okay? Also, Virgo energy, it's about all life's answers are within you. And so, if you haven't done the shadow work, this is also Spirit saying that you got to. It's about seeking wisdom, okay? What's the Eight of Cups? What's the Eight of Cups for Aries, please? Eight of Cups for Aries. Okay, I'm going to take it upright. It's the Star, which is Aquarius energy. Somebody walked away from an Aquarius energy. Or is walking towards Aquarius energy. All your dreams are coming true. Because this card, somebody walked away from something. What is that? Like dumpster trap, a dumpster fire. I heard somebody say a dumpster fire. And they're walking towards the sunlight, and that it could also be this like star-like energy, which is hope and healing. And then we see the Angel, Temperance, which balances everything out. This is also Sagittarius energy, so this could take all the way up until Sagittarius time or season, you know, that season. Or maybe it was just Frosty the Snowman saying happy birthday to you guys. I don't know. That's so random. But this is also Sagittarius energy. So this could take all the way up until Sagittarius time or season, you know, that season. Or maybe it was just Frosty the Snowman saying happy birthday to you guys. I don't know. That's so random. So, you could be dealing with Sagittarius. But this is also your spirit guides. You have protection. Your angels. They're watching over you, Aries. You've got somebody upstairs, you know, looking down on you. What is Temperance? Yeah, it's... Don't let the Ten of Swords scare you. I feel like this is somebody in heaven. Somebody in heaven. This is like telling me it's like it is ended and finished for better or worse, but it's like an angel, you know, looking over. So whatever it is, like if it's a person from the past, this was somebody that it ended and, you know, they're in heaven now. It's for better, for worse. But they're here. Otherwise, I just feel like it's you being protected from a situation that has ended for better, for worse in the present. And it may have like really stung. It may have like ended in ruin or defeat. You know, but you're still protected. You may feel hopeless, but you're still being protected. You may not feel it right now, but you're still being protected. See, here I am explaining. I haven't even laid out all the cards. And you're getting victory over heartbreak. Okay, we'll go more into it in just a second. I'm going to finish pulling these cards. What else? What else? What else for Aries? Clarification. Whatever you were just thinking, then you heard that sound. Drop it in the comments below. Okay, so underneath the deck we have Imagine Solutions. I swear to goodness, I keep getting repeat cards between all the different signs. And you see how big and thick this deck is. And you see me shuffling. You see me shuffling? What is it? Every day I'm shuffling. Oh my God. I never thought about that being like a song. But that would be such a great theme song. Okay, anyway, stay on task. Rejuvenate. Here, okay. Whoops. There we go. Rejuvenate. Now, for this being your birthday month, Aries, I think that's a great card to have. What else? Now, we just had Neptune enter Aries, and it's going to be there for the next 14 years. And it's the only time in our history that it'll ever be like this. So we're going to see a lot of weird changes kind of happen. And a lot of people are saying it's not weird enough. And no, just wait. And yes, it's already started, but just wait. But it can be weird in your favor. And as I say that, we have Extraordinary Dreams on top of the deck. Or, yeah, it's on top. Bottom, we have insects. Okay, so you could be having dreams about insects, spiders, and creepy crawlers and things. Clarification. But also extraordinary dreams. Like they're profound. And or they could mean something profound. Okay. All right. So let's get into this. For Aries. So again, you know, we already talked about the Metaphysical Cannabis oracle about, you know, somebody's, you know, self-image and being tolerant, or somebody could be more tolerant to substance or things or smoking or whatever. But somebody could be more tolerant with their own self-image, like feeling better about themselves, being at peace with themselves. Then we have the Imam Koeli. To be honest with you, I have no idea what this means. But it looks like mushrooms. Somebody could be using psilocybin in small doses, like microdoses. And or I see like seeds, germination. I see like other, I don't know what it is, right? There's a snail as well. But like this is somebody getting into more like holistic type of like herbal remedies. And when I say mushrooms, they don't all have to be psychedelic. These can be beneficial mushrooms like lion's mane or, you know, just all the different kinds of beneficial mushrooms, and also the kind of good ones that you can eat and that are just delicious because I think they're so good. So then we have the wanting crescent. Now what's interesting is that in several of the other readings, the waxing crescent card has come out, which was right behind the wanting crescent. And later when we go through the full moon prediction, the waxing crescent popped up again. And so, but you have wanting crescent, and so this is like opposite. And then we have the Imum Coeli. So it's Imumcoeli. I haven't looked this up yet. You guys should just see what it means. Google it and see what it means to you. But for just intuitively, I feel like somebody may be vegan, vegetarian, may want to go that way, maybe enjoy mushrooms, collecting mushrooms, maybe venturing more towards holistic and homeopathic type of lifestyles. They're at peace with themselves because of this. Even if they change their mind and they're going back towards, you know, something else, even if, you know, it's they're tolerant, they're at peace with their decisions. Somebody's healing. I feel like also somebody could heal through like this type of clean homeopathic type of living. I also just got strongly, so now I'm looking at the tarot. Somebody's like self-pity and self-sorrow has ended, for better, for worse. But, you know, they're gaining victory over their losses. They're gaining victory over that feeling of sadness. They're gaining victory over, you know, Ace of Cups, over, you know, never feeling like they can actually have a relationship or have something that's going to grow. Could be with a Queen of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Someone thinks is the devil, but they're trapped, first off, they're trapped in their own illusion and they're trapped in their own mind. Not this energy. This is like, this, just take it as it resonates. But somebody's weighing out the options in order to get wish fulfilled, in order to get a bag, in order to get, balance the Wheel of Fortune. And it's going to be through working together, through partnership. Maybe with a King of Swords, could be a lawyer. From a family? That someone feels locked away from. Long time coming. Passionate new beginning. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, someone's stressed out. Someone's really worried about something having to do with the Queen of Cups. You know, they think that this person doesn't know, but I think that they know. Because you're dealing with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups always knows. She always knows. They're weighing out their options. And it has to do with the Wheel of Fortune. It has to do with money. They want to work together in order to make things happy. But they've gone within in order to figure out how to do this. And or having to shut someone out. And then there you are. It's like, this could be like the head of a family. Somebody who could be an Aries or whatever, but, you know, they're very guarded. Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Has something to do with family. Has something to do with, and 12 on the clock. So somebody wants growth. They're worried about it, but they're also toxic. And they're in their head about something. And they want wish fulfillment. They want money. They want balance money. They want money from somebody. It could be a judge. I don't know. Or judgment. Or somebody, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Somebody that they think that has money. Be ready for the opportunity. Somebody is about to take a leap of faith. Careful not to be foolish, though. I mean, it looks good for a Queen of Wands, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but it could be a Scorpio. Everything looks peachy keen for someone. So it's like, like someone is having anxiety over something that didn't necessarily manifest in another person's favor, but they're getting victory over that, right? You have to imagine other solutions. You have to imagine other, like, it's not like, oh, how am I trying to explain this? It's like if something doesn't work out the way that you thought, it doesn't mean that it's completely over. You have to figure out a different way around, right? So Spirit is saying rejuvenate, you know, and through that, like, that's finding peace with yourself. Like, maybe, like, do some self-love. You know, go do a spa day, you know. Do something that's going to make you feel good about yourself. Rejuvenate, you know, do something healthy. Get out into nature, you know. Ground yourself. Eat right, eat well. So, and then we've got insects. We usually treat insects as unwelcome guests. We seal fissures in our homes, douse ourselves with repellents when we venture outdoors, and surround ourselves with swatters and zappers to keep our airspace clear of them. But the insects that buzz, creep, and skitter across your dreams have lessons for you. Their survival strategies include robust reproduction, migration, and the ability to sting when threatened. Their small size in most cases lets them slip into tight spaces to find safety. View your dream through a bug's eyes. Then use your imagination like antenna and be alert for the wisdom this winged or many-legged visitor has for you. Might you benefit from the insect's unique ability to weave webs of story or intrigue, work cooperatively, or survival against all odds? So, oh, I'm hearing, oh, what a wild web we weave, right? Oh, what a wild web we weave. Is that what it is? Somebody could be spinning wild stories, and somebody's like getting through it because of extraordinary dreams. Some call them big dreams, dreams of clear light, or measurable dreams. Extraordinary dreams feel special and often deliver profound insights. They may be accompanied by unearthly light, angelic music, or luminous colors. Some of these dreams contain information that it seems you couldn't possibly have known on your own, or spiritual teachings or creative inspirations that will guide you for years, decades, or even a lifetime. A special percentage of these dreams even come true. Extraordinary dreams can tap into your intuitive center, spiritual truths, and collective storehouses of wisdom. They carry a message for you individually, and in most times contain imagery or stories that benefit the wider community too. They can be so clear and direct that you feel that you don't need to analyze them, but write them down and return to them from time to time. You'll discover new layers of meaning over the years. So you could be having extraordinary dreams or dreams about insects. And they could be like, you need to like make sure you write this down, and it could be like a repeat thing that happens, or there's some kind of profound meaning behind whatever that is that you're dreaming of, and there's an extraordinary reason for that. Or you could be having dreams that become extraordinary. It doesn't even have to be about insects or anything like that. And if you're having extraordinary dreams right now, and I was talking about, Neptune going into Aries, that's what's happening at this time. Comment below, I'm having extraordinary dreams right now. You can even talk about it. I love getting feedback and seeing who's on my same frequency here. So make sure you pay attention to your dreams. There's a reason that you're having these, subconscious visualizations, if you will. And it may have to do with what's going on around you externally. And sometimes that happens to be the answer. No matter what, however, you're at peace with yourself, and you should be, right? So, going back to our April full moon reading, just in the last couple minutes here. The April full moon is on April 12th at 5:22 Pacific Daylight Time. It's on a Saturday. It's also the Libra full moon. It's also called the pink full moon. And then on April 7th, Mercury retrograde ends. And that helps clear up communication, transportation, and technology issues. Then on April 13th, Venus retrograde ends. And so that has to do with relationships and also how you express yourself creatively. Things are going to go more back to normal, okay? You're going to start to feel better about it, right? Then the cards that we pulled for the full moon reading is Queen of Cups. So you could be dealing with a Queen of Cups, a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. This could be like an older person than you, older woman, just somebody, that's like motherly, loyal, trustworthy, honest, somebody that you seek for advice, that kind of energy. Also very wise, mystical. Then giving birth. Now somebody could be pregnant. You could be getting news of somebody who's pregnant. Or this is giving birth to ideas, concepts, partnerships, new jobs, things like that, giving birth to something. Then we pulled number 6, waxing crescent. This is where I said you got the wanting crescent, so it's opposite of that. So if waxing crescent, if it's self-love, wanting crescent could be opposite of that. Somebody needs to give themselves better self-love. And this could have to do with diet and also, like using the correct nutrients for your body, making sure that you're alchemically balanced. You may want to look into beneficial mushrooms. We were talking about that earlier. So, waxing crescent 4 is all about self-love. Then we picked card number 2, St. John's wort, radiance. Okay, and St. John's wort is something that you can get over the counter. I'm not a doctor, so definitely go consult with your physician. But St. John's wort, you can get it at like Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, whatever. And it helps turn that frown upside down. It's a mood booster when taken correctly, and also 1221 on the clock. And so you might want to look up angel number 1221. But when taken correctly, St. John's wort helps you feel better about yourself from the inside out, and it's like you radiate the sun, you radiate that happiness. And remember, we had the sun card energy going into this underneath the deck. We have the sun card energy right here with extraordinary dreams. If you're feeling that warmth, if you're feeling the extraordinary, visions of these dreams, like, stay with that, write that shit down. Like when you wake up, like hold on to that. There's reasons that you're having these visualizations, right? And then the next card is New Moon in Leo. You also could have strong Leo placements. The New Moon in Leo, whenever that is next, could have something to do with that. But also that means shine. So self-love, radiance, which is all about the sun, which is all about shine. You know, so then we have the Picasso stone, artistry. What's interesting is this card also kind of looks like a